When you're swimming upriver and not getting anywhere, that's Ontario. No justice system failed me. That's all right. I'll take it to Supreme Court of Canada, and I'll let the Ontario, I'll let Alberta this place. Like I needed justice and I couldn't get it. That's one thing. My credit score is down. She stole money on me and didn't pay off the debt, so I'll sue her that way. I found Alberta you can get legal help, and you don't throw your uncle out for nothing. And yeah, that's a family problem. I got another guy there. I'm going to sue him. I know I can sue because they hate Ontario. He had he's a silly guy. Puts it right up on the screen so I could screenshot of what you were saying. That's slander, and I can sue him quite a bit. And now I'm going to sue hospitals there. I almost died. And I was there. Their health care is better, way better. They weren't killing me in the hospital. I was having a heart attack as those kids. As they had to, eh? Well, it's going down. I don't see any improvement. I see it worse than ever. The housing market, homelessness, and crime going up. We've lost police. It's going bad, and crime rates are going up. Why? No housing. See, that's all they know how to do. They're privileged here. They just flip houses, the kids. Over there, they take jobs. They work in many jobs: farm work, agriculture, lots of work. Why are Canadian young people going out to Alberta? Opportunity out there. There's nothing here. If you have no housing, Doug, you have no. You don't have an economy. So I'm gonna move out there. I was renting a place for that was Sega Beach for $1,000 a month. It was a shed. Out there, I can rent a townhouse for that with hydro and everything. I'm gonna go out to Strathmore. That was a nice town. I remember it. It's got all the amenities of this area, but it's cheaper, and bars don't close up like that. It's so temperance here. I don't like it. And I go. I love going out. I like Boston pizza. They got one here I go to all the time, but they don't close up. I like a bar to stay open. Have a nice meal. Enjoy the atmosphere. And now in Alberta, they got Boston pizza. They got Starbucks. They got all those restaurants. And Strathmore's a nice community. I was there for a while. I remember how well they treated me. I know the hospital was good. They do Reiki out there. I took a taxi into Calgary, which was a mistake because I didn't have my driver's license. I lost it. I came back to Ontario and I got it. It would have took 3 months to get back. I got that all right. He lost my birth certificate. I'll get that before I go. But yeah, stupid kid. Moved me up to click and I left the birth certificate in that shed. He lost a lot of things on me. I wanted them to pay it, but it's only $40. I'll get it paid back. And I'm just fed up. No legal help. None. I'm finding because it's so high a price, it's corrupt. It's corrupt in everything. These are just, I'm going to write the Auditor General so they know. I'd say everything here is tax shelter. They got to tax it some way. Alberta's fair on taxes, so they'll be using every freaking tax shelter they can get, and it's not good. And lawyers are overpriced. I can't afford them here. I can't keep my head above the price of food. I've been living on the food bank for 4 years. I think it's time to move on. I studied online and I've been paying one hell of a cellular bill on Wi-Fi here. You won't pay that in Alberta. And now I know why they want to separate. Because the rest of Canada has gone stupid with real estate and taxes. You can't live here. It's just impossible. These provinces will fail. They'll fail. They'll fall. They're conservative out there. I'm going to talk about this. But it's letting the market up so high. People don't want to work at farm jobs, agriculture. Labor pools or anything. Can't live here. They're privileged. Because there's no more jobs, so they go and rob each other. That's this area. And she said, there are people here so scared of going homeless. Women don't work 3 friggin' jobs here. That's nuts. The shelters are dreadful. I thought Alberta was bad. Calgary is pretty bad. But I was in a shelter out there in Wheatland, and it wasn't too bad. She lost my driver's license, so I'm not pleased, but that's better. But I'm not going to let them screw me. And it's just the cost of living. I want to go to Strathmore. And I'll tell you what happened. I was trying to work with wounded warriors because I support our vets, I support our police, I support women that have been raped. And there's Strathmore's got equine connections. Those girls are pretty ladies. They're pretty get under my belt. But while I was here, I lived on the food bank, and I've been studying courses. I'm almost finished. I'm learning. What I've been meeting is a lot of trauma in Canada. A lot of traumatic people, traumatized, and I read Dr. Gavamati from BC, and I like what he says. And so I started taking advanced trauma therapy from Arizona. Good program there. And these are psychiatrists, but they're not. I like what they said. I try to look at the neurology and the science too. I'm not just a Reiki master. I use NLP. I studied that, and I've studied. I'm a master of practitioner of freedom, emotional freedom technique. Now I got Raymond, Alberta there. They sell True Hope, one of the best companies for natural therapies for mental health problems. Canna Farms out in BC I can order from. And my Reiki master teacher's working with the tarot. Aromatherapy works well. Knowing this trauma psychology and emotional intelligence. The only one I know that's been doing emotional intelligence studies, one up in Edmonton. There's a good one up in Winnipeg. But our healthcare system in Ontario is terrible. They need more trauma therapy. Even the police say that. And this course I took, he says organic illnesses, you got to be recognizing in place of trauma. DSM will class uh, it as bipolar, but a lot of the times it's not recognized as compound PTSD. It doesn't fit the model. This is a psychiatrist. It makes sense to me. I was demonizing psychiatry because I almost died with drugs. I'm grateful Canada got CBD on the market, THC quality grade, regulated by doctors. Medical marijuana is really coming to an advancement, and BC's producing canna, a very good regulated CBD, THC grade cannabis. We try a moderate amount of THC. Now, I get that from Alberta, BC, shipped to Alberta, not hard, if it's needed, but I need doctors to prove it. I think I can work for Alberta doctors. I see the benefits in CBD. And I'm not talking about smoking weed to get high like a lot of people here do. This is a low grade. No, it's an oil. It goes under the tongue and you sleep at night. And I can get 4 vials. Well, last year, probably 6 months for $70 to Ontario. But I can't afford anything here. And then I'd combine it with horse therapy, dog therapy. I want to start a retreat somewhere. Because trauma is the major illness. And I'm listening to things on here. You ever notice bipolarity is postpartum depression? Well, the hormonal balances are right. So you do get this bipolarity. But why do we class it all as one? Same with PTSD. And I'm meeting a lot of people that have got these bipolar symptoms. But I think it's really not the organic bipolar. It's not too much of that. It's organic it's not organic chemical imbalance. It's caused by trauma. And it mimics that. So I'm being very open-minded and really examining this. Now, Dr. Abraham Hoffer, research went out to Saskatchewan and went down to Cornell and other institutions, molecular biology. So Raymond, Alberta, he got the thing right. And he prayed to God. He was a Mormon. All his kids were bipolar. All his kids were bipolar. It's called True Hope Story. And God bless, something came along, and that's how everything manifests. Pig feed salesman comes along. And he notices that these kids are really a mess up. His wife killed herself. Bipolarity. Now, he didn't want that anymore. But he wanted a cure. He had all these kids with bipolarity. And he started formulating the True Hope medicine, these micronutrients. I took it. And in a month, I got wow. I was dying on psychiatric meds. a lot of these drugs, I started finding out Americans looking at them. They're not even supposed to be used for these psychotropics weren't supposed to be used for bipolarity at those doses. There was a psychiatrist on LinkedIn that talked about Latuda. It was killing me. And I tried to commit suicide on my birthday. Now, I thought I was crazy. No, it was the drugs. Once I get clear of that, he was not monitoring me. He was just loading me up with Latuda. I went up to Calgary and I went into psych ward. Never knew I had to get off the streets. I was really homeless. They kept me up there 2 months. They didn't drug me. I think I took a bit of Ativan. I felt it was throwing me off, so I could take it. But they didn't force anything on me. And I saw the psychiatrist every day. It wasn't too bad. But I had a Canadian veteran in there. I did Reiki on him, and he cried in the bathroom and go, well, in a month, in 3 days, a month, that's all he was in there. When he got his head together, he took Canadian funds, and he's gone to teach children. So here's me. I've struggled with these illnesses. I can remember a doctor in 1970s. He was kicked out of Ontario. He had to go across the border into Buffalo to work. He used to work on micronutrients with niacin. So he was a molecular biologist like Hoffer. Did you see the article there on Margot Kidder, how she got well? It was molecular biology of Hoffer. And he said, I like what he said. Why do we keep people sick? It doesn't serve our country to keep people on welfare. If they're productive and they're back to work, that's better. A good psychiatrist would want a person to get well. So this stuff was working. And, the Canadian government back then banned it. What the hell was that? They banned it. And they went to the Supreme Court of Canada and sued them and won. You can't ban it. But they moved the supply house and the manufacturing down to, I think it's Utah. And they just keep the workers on. And they're really interesting. People won't go to them. No, why? They're told that they're not experts. Maybe I'm not an expert. I had bipolarity. I had all those illnesses, and I'm well. But it took a lot of steps. I came back here. I didn't know why I was coming back. I came back and I dealt with all the triggers here. But I get triggers from noise and traffic, and I gotta get away from that. So I started writing down what I need in life to be happy. I need a bathtub. I can't have a shower all the time. I need a good bathtub. I need my own laundry in the unit. And I need privacy. So I was looking at a town. I sat there for the price of these places. My Ontario pensions, my Canada pensions come up. I'll go out there. was nice in that little that town. That's Strathmore, and there's a wrangler girl there at a shop, uh, uh, and I liked her. She could get me king size bed, cheap, $200, brand new in Calgary. Getting things cheaper, the taxes are less. I like the way things are run out there. Here, yeah. I, I think half of these uh, charities are tax shelters. Because the freaking province is going under with the debt. So um, they don't even want you there in Nova Scotia. They want seniors out there. No affordable housing. So I called a place for mom. They found one place. It's way up in Sudbury. But I live in Sudbury. I think it'd be better. I'm in the horse business, and I got all this on the board. When I came back, it wasn't too bad. I got all these finding uh, producers of saddles and tack that are a hell of a lot cheaper than North America from India. And I got one man there. He's working on he's updating the song. He's working on I didn't get this damn thing all set up right. He's importing for me. Manufactures saddles and bridles and really nice leather. And I've checked all over North America. The prices are incredibly high from Europe and dressage saddles and stuff. India is producing better quality. I know Alberta will listen to me. Number two, I had a bad credit record. I did bankruptcy, but I couldn't recover from the bankruptcy after she threw me out and didn't pay off the debts. They don't take in Ontario. You have to have a credit score to get rent any place. Most of Canada, so Alberta, they'll take it on, and I'm just gonna write them, show all the documents, and they'll give me a place to live. I'm sure for that price. I just don't want to live here. The noise is terrible. The traffic. It's crazy here. Now, there's spots in Alberta. It's a way up. There's an intersection of Freer Fair goes way up to Edmonton, but it's not near that stuff. And it's just too noisy. They've been kettling traffic in here. Could be a quieter town, but not. It's right on this thoroughfare. I've never seen a town as crappy as this. Excuse my language. Collingwood's got some bad policies in town planning. It takes my pizza's cold by the time it's about 500 yards to walk over there and get pizza, but it takes about 10 minutes to cross the lights. There's more traffic flow than there is people. So I don't want to live here. I've told them that, and the noise levels are dreadful. You can go out there, but I can't afford anything here. There's nothing available. So I'm thinking the mayor might get somewhere with this. She knows it's got to be affordable housing. People are not getting affordable housing. So in Ontario, what's going to happen is the whole place will crash. Doug has a responsibility not to get some housing going. Alberta knows they have to have housing for people. And they don't have the rent rates up that high in Alberta. Shit. No transportation to get food in. Nothing. Cold as hell. I don't want to live there. It's a disaster. Shit. Yeah. It's an unfinished shipping container. I don't want it. I can get a townhouse in Strathmore. I'm looking at them. I was going to buy a place out there for $20,000. It needed fixing up, but it was a mobile home. Could have, but no, you don't want to buy that. That's a ripoff. Really? I don't think so. It's a ripoff here, and you rip me off doing that case. So I'm going to get a lawyer and screw him from here, from Alberta. But I got enough money to rent out there. 3 months on the thing, I'll probably get funds to pay my rent and home care. I got too much to do. I want to keep working. And I'm, at this business. I don't want to be washing dishes and buying garbage food. I'll be living on the food bank. I can't afford the area. So I'm going to pack up and go. Paying up. But Ontario has never been good for me. And when you can't get where I can, you're settlement.org up in Edmonton. Pay legal funds. I can obtain a lawyer from Calgary and sue like from Jesus out of them. I can't do it here. I was finding the pro bonos. I thought, well, maybe I can get something. Another tax shelter. I'm sure they are. Because I couldn't. You waiting on the phone and then they hang up on you. So I was trying to get human rights in Ontario. Oh, hell. There's some bimbo on the phone there. She won't even talk to you. She hung up on me. She said, are you going to raise your voice at me? I haven't yet. Depends on you. She hung up. Because she fried out. They're little babies. They're just narcissistic little babies. A whole bunch of them. I wanted equine assisted funds for business. I'll make it out there. I've been taking courses. I'll pay for it myself if I afford to live out there. And they're about 7,000 to get that course, and that's the main thing I want. I called up Toronto. You should have heard this guy. I told the cops. Craig, he didn't say that. He did. He says, what do you want equine assisted funds for? I want to help veterans. Why would you want to help them? They're all bums. That's what he said. So, he says, I'm a poor boy on Bay Street. On Bay Street's pretty old. Oh, I'm just a poor boy. Everybody's poor in Ontario. There's no, Atwood Road talk about payback. It was the Massey lectures. And I don't know if people read that book, but there's no money. The banks, it's just electric current. So Doug was putting blocks into me getting a credit union here. Because you got to have a good credit score. Alberta, I can get it. I'm leaving. I just can't get anywhere. I put it into I put it into that. Why? Well, it's just not. Uh, Credit score is important. Now I can build the credit score easy as soon as I start working. But I'm not paying money into a province that has no services. When I ask for legal help and counsel, I want to get it, but I can't afford it. So I've had blocks for 5 years to justice here, being back. But I could say that's bad, and I could say it's good. But I'll tell you, I got all the documents. And they want me to sign off on that for $900. Now, they'd be paying me quite a bit of money. Because this is stage 2. First, they wouldn't go to mediation. So it means civil lawsuit. I'm going to sue them, and I'm suing their lawyer. And I'm going to sue that hospital over there for throwing me out. I had nowhere to live. They got to be sued. I'm not just giving a little slap on the hand and making a complaint. There's going to be a lawsuit. I'll tell you, we got to sue people. But it's good. I was in Calgary Hospital and I didn't have a problem with the place. But he smoked too much weed. And his uncle's got a law and a big lawyer. And he says, they're holding me against my will, uncle. He says, are they? Well, I can sue that place and close it down. Don't do that. It's a nice hospital. But power, Alberta lawyers have. This place? Nah. Come on along the shore there. These old girls, they're having a good time. They're getting money and they're suing from Alberta because they hate Ontario. They're suing doctors here. You couldn't get a malpractice suit here. Ontario College of Physicians and Surgeons. What do? A little slap on the plundum and send them back to school for a week. They told me the good news and bad news. Now can I sue them? No, no malpractice. We protect our doctors. Listen, when they do malpractice, they should be sued. There should be a lawsuit. It ruined my marriage and ruined my wife's health. He was an idiot, and she went blind. So I'll just let it go. I don't want to live in Ontario. It's just criminal as hell. I talked to OPP here. Oh, you're living in Collingwood. I said, yeah, Sarge, what's wrong with that? I'm in the Blue Mountains. It's not so criminal like. He says, no, you can't get the cops here. They're too busy. Oh, hell yeah. The crime rate's up so high. So why? Well, now we got opioid addiction, no housing. Then you got people robbing people, and it doesn't make sense. So maybe I don't agree on a lot of things, but maybe she's wrong there, but that's up to her. But I do like what she's doing, separating for freaking Canada, because they won't do anything about the housing market. And when I look at Alberta, I was just on there. There's a couple of things I do like. They made it easy to get through the system. Better supports for seniors. Alberta Blue Cross will give me travel insurance. Airfare from Alberta is a lot cheaper than Ontario. I remember I was in that cabin. It wasn't a cabin. It was a freaking ship. And he said, what are you doing in Ontario? He's a trucker. He says, Ontario sucks. All sucks. It sucks everywhere. He's a trucker in Alberta. And I said, yeah, I'd say it sucks. He says, Alberta, it doesn't suck except for one part of Calgary. I agree there too. I don't like Calgary. It's too big. But, go in there, shop. That's all right. But there I was out in Chestermore. You ever been out there? Oh, that's nice. You can take a bass boat with a high-powered motor on there and go right up the river bass fishing. It's really nice. There's some nice spots out there. Now, Strathmore, it's got little lakes and rivers and ponds and stuff, and you can sit there and watch the birds and go fishing. But I think I'll go live there. I liked it. I found out it was easy to give beer when you talk to guys in there and make jokes about conservative liberals. They're the truckers, boys. Dang, he's got another beer. That boy there in Ottawa, I'm not running down Trudeau, but he says they're gay. He's a gay boy. Too damn liberal. Would you say too liberal? Dang, you got a beer, brother. We go to town, and I was getting along good there, and I was getting pretty drunk because they're all by me around. I said, Vancouver's as fruity as a cootie. I don't know. I was just in the library. They're all stoned on crack and heroin and speed in the Vancouver library. What a dump. Talking to themselves. Oh, we go in there and that's I don't like getting anti-transgender. I had a lot of, but Gender neutral. I don't like guy at the urinal or whatever it is, um, with a dress on. I don't like surprise. So maybe I'm not against people being gay or transgender. I'm not against that, but she is. There's even transgender gay out in Calgary, and I'm not against that. It's been hard to get used to. When I was in the hospital, there was a transgender. I thought it was a girl. No, not down below. But I'm not hating on them. That's their gig. But Danielle is sort of very conservative. I feel bad about people that are transgender. It's going to be hard on that. But I'm not gay. I'm not transgender. And I like women still. That's good. But I'll be better off up there. It's not because it's transgender or anything like that. It's because the cost of living is extreme. There's horses out there. I like have a tax shop. I can't get a tax shop at these prices. There's a guy out there. I was trying to get the books sold. My brother died. These were all that gold bound leather. I couldn't sell. He's living out in the sticks. And they ships them all over the world. But he has to live out and live in Godrich or any of those places. They're too expensive to run a retail. Or he had a warehouse way out in the sticks. Out in the boonies, and they just ship them off by plane to other places. They wouldn't even look at that. Well, I'm going to sue them because that was quite a bit of money. I'll sue them. Stage 2. Is it revenge? No, it's justice. They got to fall. And it'll be good because this place is crashing. So the weaker they are, it'll be easier to sue them up. I got thinking that if the economy's so bad in Ontario, everybody would be robbing everybody like they did. And I don't see privilege out there. I see people getting jobs, and I was and he was doing a combine crew. He's a combine driver. Worked hard, work on combine